Dream training, okay? Because we train and we train hard so that when it's time to actually trade, we know what the hell we're doing.
You have now stumbled into AmericanDreamTrading.com, where we trade shares and options. I will show you about swing trading, long-term trading, dividend stocks, high-yield income stocks, covered calls, cash secure puts, diagonal and credit spreads, debit spreads. I will teach you everything there is to know about the entire market. Oh my God, I love my job, I love my job, I love my job. I can't believe I get paid to help all of you get paid. This is such a wild thing.
Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody had a fantastic weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. I'm still on fruit. I ate grapes for 7 days straight, so my energy is off the chain, baby. And then I veered off into some avocado and, bananas and stuff like that. But I am straight raw now. Straight raw vegan, baby. That's right. Water and vegetables and fruit, mostly. So I feel good. But, yeah, I dropped 20 pounds last week, guys. I know, freaking crazy, right? 20 pounds, dude. Hey, I don't play around. And I did it the healthy way. So if you're going to do it, make sure you're doing it with water, fasting, and fruits and vegetables. So, yeah, welcome. This is a stream that's been created by traders for traders to just kick back, relax, have fun, and talk about their day trading in the stock market. All right. Not only that, we talk about trading strategies of ADT as well as trading psychology. What is ADT, might you ask? It's American Dream Trading. Of course, Miranda got you pinned, baby. American Dream Trading, owned and operated by Chad W. Christian, who is a 30-year stock market vet, traded through every condition imaginable. You name it, he has traded through it, and he is our personal coach and mentor. So thank you, Coach, for letting us use your YouTube channel to hang out and just talk about our day, because trading can be stressful, man. So thank you. We appreciate you. We love you so much. And thank you for teaching us not only how to make money, but to how to save money as well. How to protect our assets is just as important as how you make the assets to begin with. Is it not? Okay. That's all part of trading psychology. You got to get that down. Trading is 90% mental. Okay. Don't forget that. It's 90% mental. And we don't focus on the mental aspects enough. We got to focus, not just about mechanics. It's also about how you're thinking before you go into a trade. That means everything. Because once you get into a trade, mechanics can go out the window if your mind's not right. You can forget everything you've been taught, which a lot of us tend to do. So that's why we have the aftermarket, so that we can reiterate coaches' strategies, focus on them, and continue to watch the videos. Shout out to Carter. Carter kills it and makes those videos for us and always edits them, even though he's going to school. He puts a lot of time and a lot of hard work in. Carter, we love you, baby. Good job. Thank you. And we will watch today's videos on this program. Listen, guys, there's 3 links in the description of this video, and one of them has been posted in the chat, in the live chat down there with you guys, and it has been pinned to the top. That is AmericanDreamTrading.com. If you go to AmericanDreamTrading.com, you will get the opportunity to purchase a VIP membership. A VIP membership is the best membership that you can get with American Dream Trading. And you have a couple of different options. Okay, you've got a monthly, you've got a quarterly, and you've got a yearly, which is our premium membership. But we've also got stuff called Hot Stock Picks. We've got monthly workshop classes. We've got amazing trading view indicators, and every morning we get a one-on-one type style coaching with our coach himself, Chad Christian. He shares his screen and he goes over trades with us and teaches us what we're doing. The cool thing about that is there's something called a VIP membership that includes all of that. Right now, whoops, wrong one. Right now, there is only one VIP membership lifetime left. He normally doesn't offer them for the lifetime, okay? But right now, it's $5,000 for a lifetime membership, and there's only one left where he's giving you $1,000 off. So make sure you get that. That is lifetime. That means you pay no more for the Trading View, for the monthly workshop classes, for the one-on-one style training, for the Trading View indicators. Lifetime. $5,000 normally, only one left for $4,000. $1,000 off, guys. That's insane. Okay, that is absolutely insane. So go ahead and take care of that now and get that 20% discount right away. All right. Okay, so we got Mark McSee in the background, in the backstage. Mark McSee. How are you, Mark?
Sideways.
How the hell are you sideways? I was looking like, what is going on? What?
There we go.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I had to tilt my iPad. It was the gyro part of it screwed it up, I guess.
Okay. How you do today?
I went like this. And then went back.
Did you make money in the stock market?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
What'd you play? The Qs?
No. I played those that IONM, the one you were in, free market.
Nice. How much did you get from it? Ballpark.
34% gain on 600 shares.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's not
Mark.
that much. I mean, it's only 100. I don't even think it was $200, but
So what? That's a nice green gain, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That is amazing. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I got.
No, you got to get the bell for that. Come on, man. He gets the bell for that. I got $20 off of it, and I'm proud of that. So 200, that's 10 times what I got. You know, it's the percentage,
Well,
man.
You had to be more patient than I did because you was in it a lot longer time wise. You know, I got it. I decided to break my rule because I was watching. It was starting to climb before the market opened,
Yeah.
little by little, and then they had that second bar pop because it was already on a green EWO anyway. So as that second bar started popping, I just click jumped in. I wrote it up. I wrote it up till the I don't know till the pullback.
Okay.
We got up to the time was that? I don't know. Let me see. I forget what time it was. Hang on. That don't matter what time it was. But anyway, yeah. When it first pulled back, it had the first red candle that it pulled back on, and then once it pulled back on the second one, I got out of it. I'm like quarter after 10, or quarter after 10, roughly. Had one red, and then it pulled back, and I mean, it's kind of held there for a second. Quarter after 10 would be about right there. Yeah. I mean, I could have stayed in longer and made more money, but I waited.
Hey, you don't want to listen. Don't do the shit that I did with Apple today.
Oh.
I was up $100, Mark. I had my 100 for the day, 110, right? And I let that shit go all the way back up. You know what I mean? But I did hold to the rule. If it breaks and holds over VWAP, get out. And I did. And I got out with $10. I didn't get out. I didn't let a green trade go red. Okay. So I am green for the day. I got 20 from this morning plus the 10 from that. Should have been a $120 day, but it was a $30 day. But I will take it because the process freaking works. Period. The process works, you know.
Well, it was the same way with EWO, even though it was consolidating, it kept hitting my support line that I had drawn on there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I was looking at the wrong chart. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong chart. I was looking at the Qs. Where's that at? Well, anyway, it popped and hit the support line that I had drawn on there previously, like at 93 cents. And then it pulled back, hit it again, and then still didn't break and hold through it. And then it pulled back, and I waited. And then the second bar, which really dropped down from the top, I got out of it. So anyway,
that is absolutely that's amazing, though.
Yeah, I actually had to turn Coach off. Or I had to turn the volume down.
Dude, Coach was on
fire.
God.
Was he on a grape diet?
Woo!
I was like, I'll sit here. That thing took off. That thing took off, and the cues. I think the cues were taken off, and what was the other one? Soxel or something. He called out like 3 different ones.
My God!
I mean, he was
He
on a great diet.
He was on fire. He was supercharged.
Yeah, I had to turn the volume down because I was trying to concentrate on the train.
I was tempted. I was tempted to cut it off, but I couldn't help it. I was so. He was like, you know what I mean? He was like such a hype man this morning, and I'm like, Coach, I might have to. Oh my God, I can't. But damn, yeah, baby. You know what I ended up falling into it.
I reached over and turned the volume, but I could still hear him. But I turned it way down. It's like, because I have my earbuds in, and he was screaming in my ears.
Look at the cues! Look at the cues! Woo, baby! Look at the cues! Good night, cues! They're to the moon! I kept
saying, I ain't looking at the cues. I ain't looking at socks. I'm looking at IONM. Be quiet.
There's 2 calls this morning, and it's been Soxel in the cues. I want to know who's in them. Who's still in those Soxel calls? I was like, wow. Coach was on. Well, he was sick all weekend, so he was ready to just get after it today.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to you, Coach.
Yeah.
Your energy
level
was...
It was entertaining. A lot of people made a lot of money today, though.
Yeah, they did. Shit, he had me hyped. I'm sitting there like, I'm an Apple puts, baby. Nobody's saying anything about the Apple puts. That's right. Keep going, dropping, Apple. Keep dropping, baby.
I mean, I would have been a lot better off in the Qs, but, it is what it is. You never know when you get into a trade, So,
dude, the day I picked not to do the TQQQ and SQQQ, I'd have made a couple dollars on that today.
Well, I thought it was actually going to go a lot higher than IONM because it halted at one time. I'm like, oh, this is really going to go. And it did. It took off more. But then it was done after that.
Dude, how about me pulling that needle out of a haystack, right? Out of all the shit that we looked at this morning, what made that one run? I had a feeling about that one.
Yeah. That was a good pick on your part. You called it out.
That was weird. And it was in the top 5, and then it dropped all the way down like 10 slots, Mark. But I was still looking at it, and I'm like, something's telling me that this thing is going to run, because when I got into it, it was only 92,000 volume, but it only had a 6.4 million float. So I'm like, okay. And I saw the volume getting higher and higher and higher, and it was in my price range. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep my eye on this. This is in my price range. Next thing I know, it had 122 volume. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. And the volume just kept pouring in. And that's why I wished you guys could have gotten it at like 39 cents though, man. That would have been so cool if we had gotten more people into it. Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. Well, every morning is a different one.
Right. Oh yeah. It's just, see, I got in at, what did I get in at? What was that? What's this one? I think I got in at 57. Yeah, 57. I got out at 87.
Where did it?
30 cents.
Did it get to $1?
No, it went to. Well, I mean, it spiked up to 95, but I mean, the bar closed at the top at 93, called 94.
Crap, man! Imagine if I had sat in that thing.
After that, it went in the toilet. It went way down. So
imagine if I had sat in that, Mark. My Weeble would be looking like $100 right now, because it started out at 57. So that's all right. One day at a time.
Well, I didn't get in earlier because you did real well with it. I didn't get in earlier because it didn't have any news.
Yeah.
It had low float and had some volume, but it didn't have any news. And those usually pop and drops. You can make a lot of money real quick. You can also have it taken away real quick. But
yes,
no, you did real. You got into it when it was steady climbing. So it was one of them that should have got into it. But that's all right. I still did get in it, and
I learned from you guys, man. I learned from you guys.
A little over 30% anyway.
That's sweet.
So it wasn't too bad. And I was it. I was done. I did. My wife's like, well, let's go. She said, "Are you done trading?" I'm like, I guess the answer would be yes. She's good. Let's go get groceries. So we went got
groceries. I literally, right before we came on, I literally just finished ordering some groceries. So yeah, we got them coming too.
Yeah, our house was like little old Mother Hubbard. Our cupboards were bare.
Look, our fridge, if you saw our fridge, it is completely cleaned out. Only things in there is like grapes and like avocados and stuff. It's like so crazy.
My wife eats the crap out of them avocados.
Love them.
They're
I make guac out of them.
They're so expensive now. She cuts it in
Yeah,
half and eats it. But I mean, it used to
that's
be
what
like
you do.
what, 20 cents, and now they're averaging $1 a piece.
Yes,
Ridiculous.
yes. You got to get a bag of 4. It's like $3-4. You know, they used to be like $1, you know, or $2. But
Yeah.
you know, hey, it is what it is. You know how inflation is, man. That's just crazy, you know. But yeah, man, I that play this morning, that was 52% because I paid
Good.
to get the 20. I paid 39. Yeah, 39. So, because I did 100 contracts, so that wasn't a bad game. You know, it's a
Right.
pretty good game. See,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think my expectations are way up there. I don't like 10% gains, even though those are really good. I'm always going for like high percentages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is
I don't
what
know.
it is. It don't always end up
I'm
like that.
always.
But
I guess I'm satisfied if I get 20% on a trade. I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know if
especially if
that's the
you
word
put a
we should
larger
use.
dollar amount. Look at
Well,
me. It's easy for
even a
me to
lower
get.
amount.
Yeah, it's
I'm
easy for
looking
me to get
percentage.
50%. I'm only doing $20, $30. You know what I mean? So it's not
Well,
hard to get that.
still the
But
same.
if you get
It's
that,
still the same percentage.
yeah, true.
It's the dollars that are different. That's all. You
Right.
know, Nate was still got the same percentage we did. He just got more dollars because he's putting more money in it.
That's it. Shout out to
So,
JP. JP always gets us to focus on the percentages. So,
mhm.
all right, let's do the roll call. Let's see who's down there, Mark. Who's down there? Miranda, got you pinned up, honey. Welcome. Thank you for always putting the links in there for us. I appreciate you. Paula at the beach, how are you, darling? Paula has been getting in there in the mornings, Mark. Have you seen her?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, she's been getting in there. Artelon, shout out to Artelon. Steve, oh, what's going on, baby? I'm even yelling it in the chat in the morning, Steve-O. My little emoji's yelling Steve-O. Miguel Lara, how are you, brother? Farrah Travis, always coming to the party. Thank you. Mark McSee. Who's Mark McSee? I don't know who that is.
Some
Steve
idiot.
Ken. Steve Ken. And American Dream Trading runs on. Diesel Dan. Yes, it does. Welcome, Diesel. Love you, baby. Special K. Loving that name. There was a rapper back in the day called Special K. What's up? Bubbles, how are you? Are you coming and joining us on the panel today, Bubbles? Hopefully. John Fields. Welcome, John Fields. That's a new name, Mark. I haven't heard that. I haven't seen that one before. John Fields. John, if you are not a member of American Dream Trading, we've got a lifetime membership for only $4,000. It comes with all of the services, our trading view indicators, our hot stock picks, pre-market, everything. Meetings with the coach every morning. You should look it up. The link is right pinned to the top of the live chat, buddy. Who else we got? We've got Big Rig Dave. What's up, Big Rig Dave? How are you? I hear a truck horn every time I read that. Don Connolly. Welcome, Don Connolly. I think I've seen that name before. Christina says Nvidia just had news. Wish there were options aftermarket. I know, right? Hope you feel better. Christina says she's not feeling that well, so she probably won't come in, but she's going to be listening. Brad James, welcome, Brad. Brad follows ADT everywhere. Todd McAllister, welcome, buddy. Woohoo! I think that's it.
See that news? You
What?
see that news? Dow
What
closes
news?
at the highest in nearly 2 years.
For today?
Yeah.
I mean, things were running at the end. So maybe that's what helped that jump up the way it closed, because SPY, all that shit was running like crazy at the end.
Yeah, SPY's at the moon. I think it's at Jupiter, actually.
I was pissed. I was going to try to get in SPY. You know how SPY does those little runs if you can get like an $8 or $10 contract. Mark did one the other day where he got in it for like $8 and he got at it like 15, 16, but I watched it go up to 35. It hasn't done that since. I'm like, come on.
I don't know. You might want to look at today's and see what it was. Pick contract out at 459, maybe 459 contract. See what was cheap on that one.
Yeah,
because it went. I'll take a look. Go ahead, carry on. Sorry.
All right, no, you're good. Let me know, because I want to enjoy a little bit of FOMO a little bit. Well, Robinhood closes you out at 3:30. Even if I wanted to stay in until 4 o'clock, I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that about them. They don't open till 7 and they close you out at 3:30. That's why we're building up the Weeble.
You could have got at market open if you went with the 459 contract. It was say $1.07. What's this say? You got in at $1.10, and it closed at 351.
Holy
3.5
crap!
times. 3x. That would have 3x your trade.
Wow.
Dollar would have been $1 would have been 350 or 340, whatever.
Oh wow. On a 2-minute EWO. Listen, guys, that's how the 2-minute EWO works. If you just go ahead, get in it, put your stop in, and let that thing run, I'm telling you, you will get paid on a 2-minute EWO. Sometimes
I would have doubted anybody would. I would have doubted anybody would have rode that one at the opening because it was bouncing up and above and below VWAP like crazy until.
Well, I didn't get until Apple till 9:44.
Until about noon, then it just started straight up.
Yeah, I didn't get into Apple till quarter to 10. You know, it wasn't an EWO play. It was a swing scalp, we'll call it. I used it like an EWO. I didn't get in on the second candle because I didn't want it to come back. I looked at the levels. I got in like the 4th or 5th candle and just rode it out the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Except for when it, came back above VWAP. Let's go over the rules, guys. I know I didn't go over them Friday.
I don't want no stinking
rules. You know the rules. You know the rules. I don't want those rules. We need them, Mark.
Yes, we do. Better follow them, too.
We need them. So we go over these every day. For those of you who are newcomers, I see a couple new names down there, so I'll go ahead and read them. I know we don't have to read them every day, but a couple of them I'm going to go ahead and give them our rules. Coach's rules say no more than 1 to 3% of your account. And before you even get into that, right? Before you even get into that, no real money, paper trade. Use a simulator, okay? Don't lose your real money. 1 to 3% should be no more than your total account loss for any given day. Rule number 2, if you are having more than one red trading day in a row, don't be this guy. Stop trading and start training. All right? Stop trading, start training. Rule number 3, if you are not a master scalper, make sure that you are using the 2-minute EWO strategy, which is customized by Coach. We are the only group using the 2-minute EWO strategy. Coach is the only one that has that anywhere, and it teaches you how to get in trades and hold on to the winners. Rule number 4, no more than 1 to 5 trades a day. Mark, I was really tempted to try to get in SPY at the end of the day. Nate was like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Same day contract at the end of the day?
I was, because I wanted to try to get that run up.
No.
I didn't do it.
The Greeks wouldn't have got you anything, even though you would have had to buy tomorrow's maybe. Yeah, you would have made big bucks, but.
Yeah, so I decided not to do it. I didn't overtrade. If you guys do more than 1 to 5 trades a day, really, unless you are a master scalper, you're overtrading. And when you overtrade, you put yourself at risk to lose. And you know what happens when you lose. What happens, Mark? What do we do?
You revenge trade, try to make it back. I'll just do one more trade.
One more.
I'll get it back. Yeah, I'll get it back. I'm good. I'm better than the market. I know all.
That's how we think. I'm laughing, but that's not funny. That's how we freaking think. And we end up trading against the market instead of trading in harmony with it. So don't overtrade, guys. Rule number 6, position size. Smaller position sizes offer greater rewards with less risk. So make sure you are keeping those contracts from 10 to 5. If you normally do 20, break it down to 10. It'll make you relax better in the trade if you don't have a big stake in the game. All right? Small base hits add up just like the big ones, guys. So take your time. Rule number 6. Well, that was rule number 6. No, that was rule number 5. Rule number 6. If you're not familiar with options, trade shares. Nate is one of our millionaires. Coach has made over 8 millionaires in this group, and one of them trades shares only. Another one made his first million on shares. So there's nothing wrong with shares. If you're not good at options, or you find that you're getting your lunch ate every freaking day from options, go to shares. Every morning there is a pre-market class that Mark is in there, Nate is in there, I'm in there, this Matthew type A is in there. A whole bunch of us are in there learning. Ralph is in there. We're learning how to trade the L2 and do shares. So we're making some money before you guys even wake up. Come and hang out with us. Last but not least, all trades are risky, so remember to use your stops. Trading with resistance using options tactics and pro stops is the video, one of the videos that Carter has on tap for today. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up so that we can check it out. Shout out to Carter once again, our videographer for American Dream Trading. He puts these out every day. If you guys aren't familiar with it, when we're done with the aftermarket today, go and look at some of these videos, guys. They're tremendous. You'll get a lot of learning, and he's organized them into playlists. So go check them out.
If you guys ever hear me say puts on resistance, resistance is always to the upside. Okay, that means it's leading up to it. Well, typically when it hits level of resistance, it pulls back. And this is where I will tell you guys to put puts on resistance. So those of you that are new, this is what I'm talking about. Puts can also be a short. If you have a margin account and you completely understand the unlimited risks to shorting, there will be a button right next to the sell and it will say short. And that means you can borrow stocks thinking you can drive it to the downside. So you borrowed the stock at X price and you sell it back for X price and you make the difference in between. It's just a borrowed stock that you're getting from somebody lending it to you. You guys ever hear me say calls on support, puts on resistance? You guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. And for stops, anytime you guys are doing this move. So let's look at this right here. Now this came back down here again. This is the second time. Remember, the more times it touches, the more dangerous it becomes. But scalpers, you guys could quick scalp this. And then you need to have a stop. If you are in pre-market, there are no such things as stops. So you have to do a mental stop because the system will not allow you to put it in. But if you are making this trade during the market hours, your stop would be down here, giving it a little bit of room in case candles break through. But then you're absolutely going to be shut down and stop it if it stays below VWAP. Because if it goes below VWAP, that is bearish. Is everybody following me?
Nate!
Yo.
What's going on?
Not much.
So tell us what you did in the market today, Nate. How much money did you take from them?
I didn't do that much. About $3,200, $3,300, something like that.
Woohoo! Nate, I give you one thing, brother. You are truly consistent.
No. Mm-mm.
Yes, you are. How can you not say you're consistent? You're probably one of the most consistent people in this group.
I don't know. I feel raggedy sometimes.
Nah, I don't feel raggedy. What, you got a turn signal on or something? You in your truck?
No, that ain't me. Must be somebody else.
I hear club music.
That ain't me. I'm in my office.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Yeah,
Oh,
wow. Like a
wow.
clock.
Yeah, it does, right?
Yeah. It might be Mark. Showing the cats.
Is that Mark? Hey, guys, you know what that means, right? You guys know what that means when he shows the cats in the box. If you guys are not smashing that like button and hitting the subscribe and sharing the content, Mark is unfortunately going to do something to those
Most
poor
traders
little
do not
harmless
know how to trade
kittens
covered calls properly.
that we are not going to,
crappy
you know,
trades
it's,
for way too long.
what
In
the hell's
this
that?
video, we teach you the 3 keys that can double and even.
Sorry
what
about that.
means.
Yeah, so we're going to do like, share, and subscribe right now, everybody. We don't want Mark killing kittens, all right? Make sure you hit the like button, share the content, and hit subscribe. Right now, we are trying to get Coach to 10,000 subscribers, okay? And we are currently sitting at 9,060. So we're inching up. We're inching up. Only 940 to go. That's it. So I think we can get him there by the end of the year. Nate, what you think?
940. Where you get that number from?
940 to go to hit 10,000.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You say you had 940 to go.
Yeah. It's 9,000. It's 9,060 already gotten. So we only got 940 to go to hit 10,000.
Okay.
You never seen something like that before?
No, I just nothing. Don't worry about it.
You so crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Don Connolly just saved a kitten. Thank you, Don.
Thank you, Don Connolly, for hitting that like button. Everybody else, make sure you hit that like.
Too bad the other 30 people are going to cost them.
Mark, you are ruthless, man. Ruthless.
Hey, it ain't that hard. How can you trade stocks that can't hit a like button? I don't get it. They just don't like you, Don. I don't know what it is. If they liked you, they would.
I think they like me. I don't think they like you.
I
killing
don't care
kittens.
if they don't like me. I'm a baby boomer. I don't care if you like me or not. I don't care. Get off my porch. Get off my porch. I don't care. If you like Dawn,
Mark,
if you like Dawn, you don't want to see Dawn fired, hit the like button.
I spent my life going against the grain, okay? I don't think I care if people like me or not. Hopefully you guys do, but if you don't, hey, it's all good.
Mark, we got a lot of news in the morning coming through.
I love you guys, though.
Like?
All kind of news, man. People getting laid off, all kind of stuff.
That's good for the market. We like to see people lose their jobs.
Yeah, it's all kind of stuff.
When for me losing my job, I wouldn't be here.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
Why is it that when people are laid off, it's good for the market? I don't understand the psychology behind that.
Reduces the overhead.
Less money.
Reduces the overhead at the company. Now that you're left there, you get to do the job of 2 people for the same money. That's how it works.
Yep.
So I still don't get how that's good for the market, though.
Because now the company's more profitable because they're paying less payroll out and less insurance and less workers' comp and less health insurance, less Social Security. Yeah, it sounds counterproductive, but it's just the way they look at it.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Well,
and now there's also less people that are able to spend money to drive the prices of goods up.
Yeah.
So instead of buying name brand stuff, now they got to buy the white label stuff that's,
right.
The stuff they scrape off a floor, put it in a can, and then sell it, the lower price stuff.
Speaking of disgusting, I used to work at a fast food place that shall remain nameless. And dude, one time guy pulled something out of the fryer and just for shits and giggles, threw it on the floor, kicked it around, said, "Hey, Dawn, look, check this out." Took it out of the fryer, threw it on the floor, kicked it around, and put it back in the fryer.
Dang.
Yeah.
If you knew what happened at where you go out to eat at, you wouldn't go out to eat.
Yeah,
that's a special meal, Dawn.
Yeah.
Now, of course, this was years and years ago, but
Shoot,
that deterred
him.
That probably
no doubt.
My son's a general manager of and part owner of a couple of restaurants, so yeah, he could tell you all about that because he started out,
Yeah, joking around. I'm like, that's not funny, dude. People have to eat that. I've eaten food out of that fryer when I ate that type of stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I eat the way I eat, because I'm like, nope. So we got another video, guys. I got a treat for you on this one. EWO training using shedding strategies. So shout out to Carter once again for all the video work that he puts in for American Dream Trading. In fact, if you have not gone to AmericanDreamTrading.com yet, make sure you click that link in the description. Make sure you click that link in the description. It's linked right at the top. Learn to trade and be on your way to becoming financially free. Go sign up now at AmericanDreamTrading.com, where all our services are easily accessible. And sign up is easy. Simply click the service you want and go. That's it. All right, let's knock it out.
So if you guys look at the 2-minute EWO right out of the gate, it was to the upside. You got paid. It pulled back. It broke below VWAP. You entered again. So here's your first entry, your second entry. You got in right here on VWAP, and you got paid the rest of the day. So here's the thing. If you guys are actually doing the 2-minute EWO and you're not scalping, because every time I had somebody yesterday quit on themselves. They said, Coach, I'm just not ready to scalp. I'm like, you're not supposed to be scalping, so I don't even know what you're talking about. If you guys are doing the 2-minute EWO, which 99.9% of you should be doing, this was not a hard trade on SPY yesterday, right? Tupperware, by the way, now up 17.8%. See it getting volume. Look at the candles getting longer. See them? And then they die out. Long candle. It's all buyers popping in there. So again, on SPY, 2 trades yesterday, and you got paid. Do you see it? That was it. Wasn't rocket science. It wasn't even hard at all, even though we had chop, right? And this is where people get confused. If you bought your 2-minute EWO in here, isn't this the perfect setup? Isn't this below VWAP, right? Did it ever come back and break above VWAP? It didn't even test it, right? This is the closest it came to it. And again, this is what we discussed yesterday. If you bought it up here, even if it came to test it here, look at, you still got paid.
Dude, that's the beauty of the 2-minute EWO strategies. This is what we're talking about when we talk about discipline and holding on to a trade. This is what happened with Apple today. It came up to VWAP a couple times, but it never broke it. The 2-minute EWO strategy teaches you if it doesn't come back, if you're in a put and it doesn't cross back above VWAP, you need to be staying in that put. You can shave at that point. Don't get all the way out of it.
Paid no matter what on that trade, didn't you? No matter what on that trade, you got paid the whole day through. And if you guys are doing the shedding technique, you have no fears anyways. If you bought here, pulls back. Hell, even if you did it here, let's do it here. Let's say you pulled out 50% here. Why? I don't know, because you're not listening to the coach, because it did not come back above VWAP, but I don't know. Just doing your own thing, I guess. You're going rogue. 21% on Tupperware. I told you that thing could run. That could have some juice to it with a new CEO. But right here, here's 50%. So now you've lightened your load, which means now you better stop worrying about these little micro moves, right? Look at this. And now you're like, oh, but it broke above here. You're like, I'm getting out. Okay, there's 20%. It keeps going. You're like, I'm so scared. 20%. It drives back down. Now you're like, yeah, I'm in business. Woo. It comes back up. You're like, oh no, 10%. And look, you see what I'm saying? Even if you dumped half of it right here and you held on, you still were able to collect 50% up until you got rid of it. Do you guys see how this is working?
Yes.
And until you do this, you're not going to find success. You just won't. It's impossible. Because what's going on, I guarantee it, is they're hesitating, first of all. So you're waiting really late. So you're getting in down here when you're supposed to have gotten in up here, because that's exactly when it told you. So now you're waiting. Now you're like, oh, we're green and now I'm red or flat. And then you get out. And then it does exactly what it's supposed to do all day. right?
Let's talk about why that happens. When you get in a trade and you know the 2 minute EWO strategy, which is you get in on the second largest candle, right? And then you go in and you're in a put, it goes below VWAP, it's below the 21, the 21 is below the 55. Everything's lining up, it's a 5-star trade, and you get in and you set your stop. What's the first thing that you do, right? You're watching your trade. You shouldn't be looking at your P&L, right? Because that's really the only thing that would cause you to get out of that trade. If you're paying attention to the trade like you're supposed to be doing, you're watching that thing go down. Even if it pulls back, that doesn't mean, hey, go look at my P&L. How much am I losing? What am I doing? What am I doing? That creates fear. You can't trade if you're scared. You got to let that fear go. You also can't move forward if you're scared. If you're going to be trading, you can't be a scared trader. Scared money don't make no money. Okay? Period. You can't be scared. So you got to learn how to deal with your fear. And the best way to deal with your fear is to go in freaking small. Go in with a small position size. Coach teaches us that every day. That's the only way to get rid of your fear. If you're not worried about the amount of money that you're going to lose because you, A, went in small, 2, you've got your stop loss set, so you've used proper risk management, you should have no fear in a trade. You know? Trading scared makes you nervous. It does not allow you to focus on everything that we learn every day. That's why people go rogue. You know that, Mark? They lose it because they don't think. And you can't think properly when you're scared. So you got to help yourself. Coach can't come into your house and sit next to you and say, hey, take your hand off the mouse, or here, click here, click here. No, he's teaching you and he's trusting you to do that on your own. He cannot install courage in you. He can only give you the mechanics. He cannot give you the courage to trade the way you're supposed to trade. You can only do that. Okay. And the only way to do that is to trade freaking small. I don't care if you're only making a couple of dollars. It's not about the money. It's about getting the process down. And if you know the process, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be making money. Do the process. Don't veer off of it. Let's only do this much of it. No, do the whole thing the way it's supposed to work. That's just like what David said to me today. Even though he was absolutely right, I should have shaved. I should have shaved some off. But I wanted to go ahead and stay in there because I'm trying to I wasn't paying attention to the whole shaving thing today, which is my fault. I should have taken some off the table. But I wanted to make sure it didn't go above VWAP, and it didn't. So I stayed in. And I'm like, if I'm going to stay in with 1, I might as well stay in with 3. Now, if I'd had 10, I would have shaved half of them. I had 3. To me, that's like 1. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, I only got 3. I might as well leave them in there, Nate's back in here. But yeah, stop trading scared, guys. It doesn't help you, and it's not going to help you do what you need to do. You know what I mean? You're going to end up being one of the 95% of the traders who don't make this thing work. Nate, I didn't do it.
Doing all right, just phone cutting in and out, but
I didn't trade, Nate.
You are 100% right, Dawn. If you normally, what I'll do is I'll put a Danny DeVito toe in.
Yeah.
And when that thing goes like it's supposed to, that's when I complete my trade. I go ahead and increase my position size, and it works every time. I'm telling you, it works every time.
For those of you that don't know what a Danny DeVito toe is, that's something that our group uses. It's a phrase. It means you get into a small position and then you can always add to it. You don't get in heavy right off the top. And one of the reasons you don't do that, and Coach teaches us this all the time, is because it makes you trade with fear. All right? You got too much skin in the game, even with a stop loss, because then you're like, okay, I'll just move my stop loss up. And, you're not trading right. You're not thinking right. You got to use your mentality to help you, not hurt you. Okay? Trading is 90% mental. Trading is 90% mental, okay? And if you're not taking advantage of that fact and listening to books like Trading in the Zone or Disciplined Trader, you got to study that stuff just as much as you study the mechanics. You know, just like we're looking at 2-minute EWO videos, watch some videos on trading mentality, trading psychology. Study that as well, because that's a huge part of the game that we kind of throw to the wayside. We're always worried about how much money we made. We're always worried about, oh, did I get in here? Did I get in there? And the mechanics, well, part of the mechanics is thinking right. So you got to make sure that you're doing that, you know?
Yep. I got, see my background now? I don't know if you can see it.
What you got? What's red right there? Hold on, let me enlarge. I can't wait to get something to help out with this, man. Hold on 1 second. Oh my God. Wow. Hey Nate, you see what Mark's got, right?
Yeah.
That for those of you who don't know, Uncrustables is the official food of American Dream Trading. Made by the J.M. Smuckers Company. Nate started this tradition. It's his reward for having a green day. If you don't have a green day, you don't get to eat an Uncrustable. So I have not bought any. So I was at the store today, and I know he likes grape, but they had all. In fact, they had a chocolate or something there too.
Chocolate.
I got there's something to that effect. But anyway, I didn't get the grape. I like strawberries. I mean, I like grape too. So I got the strawberry. So starting tomorrow, if I have a successful trade, or green day, then I get to eat a Crustable just like Nate. Be like Nate. Breakfast, the rewards of champions.
I don't know about all that.
Oh yeah, I figure if that's you eating them's what works, and I probably if I eat them, that should work, right? Just logic.
Coach
hey Mark, check out
Coach.
Discord. Look in the membership lounge.
Yeah, Coach and Mark took me to another level with them cats with their own elevator.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. He's like, oh, I got an elevator for your cat.
Everybody, check out the membership lounge.
I know what he's talking about. I got 2 14-year-old dogs, so you know.
Yeah, they old. Yeah.
I must have been moving when he took it because it's all blurry, or you shook, one of the two.
I must have.
It's all right.
We all get it. Those of us that know, know.
Right. So when you hear him talk of Uncrustables, that's because Nate started that. We don't let him eat one. He tried when he has a bad trade, hasn't been green yet for the day officially. We don't let him go get one.
Yeah.
Do we, Nate? At least I don't. I bust you about it.
Yeah, I don't eat but one a day.
Well, you don't eat any if you're not green.
Yep.
So starting tomorrow, I'll be able to taste one.
Don, I'm a very disciplined person. I just am. I've always been a disciplined person.
I see that.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, one Crustable. I'm glad I got that box before I decided to go raw vegan because I took that box out. Y'all are tempting me. I took that box out in one day. Okay. I ate 10 Crustables, Nate, in 2 hours. I just kept popping them. I just kept eating them.
Yeah, I don't know, if you take your time, it's a little bit more bites, but normally it's about 4 bites and you're done, you know.
Shoot, I could do that thing in 2 bites.
Yeah. It normally takes me about 8 to 10 bites. I try to
8 to 10 bites? Come on, Nate.
Come on.
What you got, the pinky up?
Yeah, that's how he drinks his tea, too. He drinks his tea that way.
What? 10 bites?
I take my time.
It's not even 10 bites worth of Crustable there.
I take my time. I'm telling you. My daughter be laughing at me all the time.
Oh, my God. Look, you got to video yourself eating a Crustable because I can't even imagine that.
Ain't you supposed to chew something like 100 times before you swallow the food?
Not on the Crucible. You can't do it.
How many
Wow.
licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 1, 2, 3. 3.
Dawn, I'm
That's a
going. I'm
Tootsie
headed
Pop.
home. I'm headed home to play on the internet tonight.
Okay.
You headed home to do what?
Play on the internet. Play some trades out. Yeah.
You still
Well, you
trading?
need to look at.
No, I ain't gonna
See-
trade live. I'm just gonna play them out on. Just act like I'm playing. Put it like that.
CNTB
Okay.
shot up at the beginning. Anyway.
Yeah. I like to dry run my trades. Yeah.
Do you ever back test or replay them?
I just found out today that Webull has a back test. I didn't know you could do that.
Is that new, Mark?
Yeah, I think that's in Webull now, I think.
Yeah, because I don't remember that always being in Webull.
Yeah.
They're keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you can play it. I didn't know until today.
Yeah. If you look
almost
at the top
every
of
other
your
platform's
chart,
got it.
look at the top of your chart above the stock name. There's a little circle there at the very end. It's got a like a forward button on it. It's a little symbol there where you click on all the bring up your indicators and all that. It's right there. I don't do it. I've never even done it. I did it maybe one time on TradingView just to see what it did, but I need to.
Okay.
Right.
I've done it once on TradingView. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
But now that I got them new monitors, I can see all that stuff,
Right. Listen, those of you that are not part of the group, we do something every morning that Coach gives us, okay? He teaches us how to fish, but he also gives us fish, right? And we do a pre-market analysis of about 13 stocks. And one of the things that he does is he teaches us how to chart. We learn how to draw in support and resistance lines because it's important for you guys to know where a stock has been and where it may go. And a lot of you that get in trades and say, oh, wow, every time I get in a trade, I remember when I used to do this, and it wasn't that long ago. Every time I get in a stock, it goes against me. It goes the other way. Well, between the L2 and support and resistance lines, that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
So you basically learn where levels are. So I'm going to go ahead and play something that shows you guys how Coach does this with us in the morning time, those of you that are not part of the group. Because if you're not, you need to seriously consider joining American Dream Trading. It is a one-stop shop where you get all the training that you need and the support of a great community behind it.
You see all this? This is all garbage. Do you see all their lines?
Yeah. It's the dots you don't like, Nate.
There's no volume, right? That's bad. So when you start seeing this garbage in the pre-market, you really need to pay attention to it because there's nobody in here. That means even looking at the L2, look at how nothing's moving. You see, typically when you're watching fast volume coming in, you guys are seeing all these numbers constantly changing, right? You can just see data flowing in, data flowing out, right? It's froze. It's like it's stuck in time right now. That's not good. And again, you could get a spike in volume and then people will start to come in, but you don't want to be touching this now until you start seeing candles again. Otherwise, there's just nobody sitting here. There's nobody cares about Tupperware right now. And if nobody cares about Tupperware right now, you don't care about it either, right? Because now you get a whale in here that sells this off. There's nobody buying it up. We want fast volume. So let's look at another one. Look at the L2 over here on SPRC. Can you see the L2 moving fast? Look at the L2.
When I told you guys how Coach has a one-on-one type style training with us where he shares his screen. This is what it looks like every morning. We get a class like this every morning. It's not just, where do you think they get the videos from?
L2, see how the numbers are changing? That's volume. See it? That's what you want to see right there in the pre-market. Look at this thing skyrocketing. SPRC. This is in your hot stock pick. But look at the L2 over here dancing. See? Those are buyers and sellers coming in. This is what you want to see in the pre-market. Not, I'm stuck. I'll put Tupperware over here just so we can keep an eye on it in case it starts to pick up volume. And look at it again over here at Tupperware. You see how look at these candles. These are trash candles. See these? It's doing
like an empty house.
Yeah, it's doing nothing. There's nothing left right now. In SPRC, this has a better chance to climb than Tupperware does because volume's here. Let's go through the rest of these real quick, see if anything else is going. See how these are turning it? Same thing. See how these are small? Not much volume in here. I put it in here, though, because it had such a large amount of volume to get to here that later in the day, it could pop. Later in the day, that could pop. Right now, trash. Same thing. JG right now, trash. Not enough volume. Look at the candles. See how they're little dinky lines?
See how we're set up for success every morning? That's what the VIP membership gets you. You've got to join this group if you're not a part of it. ASAP.
They're nothing. They're just dashes. Dashes are crap. Now, once people jump in or jump out, that's when you start to see Tupperware gets long candles again. But again, wait till it starts making that, right? Nothing happening over here on this WISA. ATHX, same thing. So ATHX, even though it has tons of volume in here, nobody's buying and selling right now. Look at the candles on ATHX. You see how they're baby candles? They're not, there's no movement. They're starting to create all these little dashes. See the dash lines? Look at little dots.
Yep.
Those are the dots that Nate hates.
Speaking of Nate, hey Nate, you there? You hear me all right? Or you got it muted?
You got me muted.
You got a lot of wind noise in your truck, Nate.
Yeah, that's why I muted you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the sports.
Hey, Boris has a question for you.
Go ahead.
Does Nate jump on the stocks with news, or does he waiting for him to break out? In other words, what's your key things you're looking for, Nate? I typed out the answer, but let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
News.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
News, volume, and low float.
And then watching the L2 for where the bids and asks are at.
That's right. Yep.
Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Because it is, really. It is. It's so simple. It's like we can make money doing this.
Yeah, right. Stealing candy from a baby.
You know, the hardest part of that is entry. Like Nate, why is the entry so important, Nate?
The entry is because when you get a good entry on a stock, it's just easier for you to ride it back up. And you what I found out with my situation is most of the time for me to ride it back up, I only have to have half my position rolled up to make a profit. And I just ride the rest just to be greedy pretty much. But that's why I work on entry so much. Yeah.
And how do you determine where to buy it at? When it starts climbing real fast, you just jump in and go?
No, I look at the L2. The L2 tells me where to get in, where to get out. Okay. Yep, every time.
So how do you know how do you know where to get in at though?
I look for the highest buy. If I'm looking on the buy side, I'm looking at the highest buyer on the L2, and I get in right in front of them. So when they get picked up, I'm automatically picked up. That's what I look at.
So you're waiting on the price to come down to you. You don't go to it.
So we call waiting in the weeds, guys.
Connection, Mark.
Oh, I said you don't go after that price. You wait for the price to come to you then.
Exactly. I wait in the weeds.
He gets him right before it.
And when the price up,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I do every time.
And Dawn did an excellent job of that this morning, didn't she, in the pre-market? She got down in there low, the weeds, and that stock went
Yes.
up and down, up and down, up and down, and she was able to just sit back and laugh in his face because she got in a good entry point
Yep.
that never even come close to stopping her out, did it?
No,
She
matter of
wrote
fact,
it up for nothing but profit.
I told
See, and the cool thing,
Dawn, I was shocked when she got in.
it goes to what we were just talking about with fear, guys. You know, two things. Not only did I have a small position size, which is to say I only had $39 invested in the trade. There's no stops in pre-market. So if you're going to be in there, you know, $39 is a small enough amount that if it had gone against me and I, for whatever reason, couldn't get right out, I was okay losing that. Trade stuff that you're not afraid to lose. You know what I mean? Especially when you're dealing with no stops. And because Nate has done such a good job, him and Mark, of talking to us about when to get in, and I had gotten in on a lower entry point. By the time it got up in the 50s, I was in the money, so there was no fear there. Two reasons: small entry position, small position, and good entry. You know, you're so far up, you're already in the money. The same thing happened with Apple this afternoon. I could stand the pullbacks because I was
Excellent
already in the
trade.
money because I got in properly.
Mm-hmm.
So it all
Never
goes,
chase a. Yep, never chase one that's skyrocketing because it's
that's
just going to
it.
pull back. You
It all
determine
goes
the
hand in
price.
hand.
Don't let the stock tell you what you're going to pay. You
I
look
love
at it,
that.
the L2, and look down where all the big buyers are at, waiting on it to come down because it will come down and fill them.
Yep. Absolutely.
You try to chase a runner, you're going to lose every time
Absolutely.
because you're paying too much for it. And so what if you miss it? So what if you missed out on a stock that grew 70% today? Big deal. There's 10,000 other ones you could trade. Tomorrow's another day. Don't take the chance of ruining and wrecking your account by chasing a runner, because
Yep.
it's going to eat your lunch. It really. You might get lucky once in a while and it keeps climbing. Just like today with that was IO. What was it? IONM. It halted. I was like, oh, this is really going to go. As soon as it unhalted, it went up a little bit, slammed right back down.
Pull back.
All those people that jumped in there probably after the halt thinking it was going to go to the moon, it took their money. I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to resist that temptation, especially when you see something. You're thinking, well, this is only 30 cents and it's going to go to $100 today and you missed out. So
Yeah.
what? So what? You didn't lose nothing. You weren't in it. One thing you didn't do is you didn't lose money. You just didn't gain any either. But we had that one that held had 40 holds in it one day, over 40 holds in one day.
Like 43 holds, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everybody. I mean, I wasn't in it. Or was I? I think I was in it for a short period of time and I got out way too soon. But, by then the price was just skyrocketing and I didn't get back in because wait in the weeds, pick your price.
That's
you think
it.
Walmart, you think Walmart lets a supplier come in and say, oh, hey, Mr. Walmart, this is what you're going to pay for our product? No. How did Walmart get so big and powerful? They told their suppliers, you want $1? Well, we're only going to pay 70 cents. So if you don't like it, you don't do business with us. So pick your price. Be the Walmart of stock trade. You tell market what your price is going to be that you're going to pay, and don't pay up any more if you don't have to. So.
That's a good lesson, Mark. That's a good lesson. They use their buying power leverage to get lower prices. You know what I mean? That was a genius idea. So you guys take heed. Make sure you're taking notes. You know what I mean? And make sure you guys are following the rules that we go over the beginning of every show, because, you need those rules in place along with, letting go of the fear in order to be successful in trading. It's that simple. There's no get rich quick. There's no magical stock, any one stock that you're going to get. You know, it's all a process, and there's bunches of steps to that process. So, we got the man himself.
And we do. There was a question: how do we find what stock you're trading? We use stock screeners. All your brokers have one you can use. It's built in. You can go get some other free ones out on the internet, and if you even want, you can pay for stock screeners. No real reason to pay for them because you can get most information free. There's apps that you can download for free that have them. But Webull, we use the one stock screener on Webull most is what we use. It's simple and it works.
Ted, how are you?
Good. How's everybody?
Good, man. Good. How'd you do today?
$538.
Nice.
Good, Ted.
Woo! Everybody in ADT is making money today. I know that's right. What'd you play, Ted?
I've been getting spoiled, but yeah, I had
you've been getting consistent and good. Screw spoiled. You know what I mean?
Well, Green Day is a Green Day, right? I mean, that's better to have a Green Day. And what's really great is what helped me get out is getting into an Apple call, right? I mean, so I was in a little bit in the red, and I got that Apple call, and it helped lift me out. So that's
cool. Good. You made money going up. I made money going down.
That's it. I'm not good at the put strategy. I've got to learn that. Hey, Diesel Dan, how you doing, buddy?
It's part of it. Diesel Dan.
So today wasn't the greatest of days, right? I mean, a lot of the familiar ones were kind of weighed down. In the past, that usually means the next day is pretty optimistic. And I don't know if anybody's noticed NVIDIA in the aftermarket's kind of popped up a little bit.
It started popping up right at like 4 o'clock, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, but I guess it went back down again.
Christina or somebody said, I think it was Christina, said they had some news.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Ted, I got out green on that stock we were trading together.
That was a good one, right?
Yeah, it was decent.
NXTP. I lasted too long in that one. I should have just gotten out.
Yeah, you stay in them a little too long.
That.
Yeah, you stay in them a little longer than I do. I don't stay in them that long.
I'm trying to think of what I must not have been. One of these was popping in the aftermarket.
Oh, wait, a Cash App just came in. Who's that? Diesel Dan, thank you, my brother. Guys, I do use this as a portion of my income. So if you guys don't mind, let me go ahead and put it up on the screen. We do have a link to the tip jar that's right in the description of this video. And here is, if you have Cash App, hold on one second. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what I did with it, Ted.
You don't know what you did with what?
There it is.
This. So here is the tip jar. If you found value in things that we've talked about so far this evening, it is part of the income, so it is greatly appreciated if you guys have it. If you don't, I completely understand. Throw $2-3 in there, and hey, it adds up. It's not much to you, but it means a lot to me. It does add up, and it's part of my income, helps keep the lights on. So it's host tip jar, $ host tip jar. So thank you, Diesel Dan. I appreciate you. You rock, man.
Where do you learn all this stuff up? Where do you learn this stuff at?
You know where you learn it, Mark. Wasn't Bucket in a trade with you, Ted?
What's that?
You guys are trading off of earnings. I got it set up, Mark. I'm ready. You guys are trading like earnings and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're playing around with that.
That's awesome. What'd you play the other day? Sentinel? I remember hearing you guys talk about Sentinel.
Yeah, Sentinel went up. By the way, keep an eye on them because they showed some really good numbers.
Okay.
And so the fact that they're going up again today should give somebody some confidence. I mean, their numbers that they reported, this was a few days ago, was something like 43% ARR on $900 million.
Oh, wow.
So you can't hide that kind of
Revenue.
pop. And so what
Yeah.
happened
Yep.
was, see, yeah, their surprise was a 63% surprise on the earnings side, which is good, right? That means that they're getting closer to profitable.
Yeah, 63%'s nothing to sneeze at.
And they reported revenue of 164 million as opposed to the estimate, which was 156 million.
Okay. Cool.
So all that's to say is keep an eye on the stock. It deserves a premium now.
Definitely. So shout out to Mark McSee, always reminding me to make sure that we follow the rules and get in what we're supposed to get in on this show. And one of those things is this commercial right here that shows why you should join the VIP membership. We've got one lifetime VIP left for $4,000, just one. Okay, they're normally $2,500 for 1 year, but Coach has extended his sale on the lifetime membership, which is normally $5,000. He's giving you $1,000 off. It is Christmas time. He's feeling in the mood, so he has given you one. And I think he only had like 2 or 3 of them, so there's only one left. Get that before it's gone. You won't have to pay any more. The VIP membership.
Yeah, and that includes access to everything: videos, training, one-on-ones with type trading. And as usual, none of anything that we say here is not tax, investing, or financial advice. Do your own research. All trades are risky, and it all dependent upon you whether you are successful or not.
Your mileage may vary.
Yes. Some settling of contents may occur.
So you don't forget, call before midnight tonight.
Always call before you dig.
Operators are
and all trades are not guaranteed.
But always remember to reward yourself with a Crustable made by J.M. Smuckers, who's not a sponsor, by the way, and have no idea this file even exists. But when you have a green day, reward yourself with a Crustable. It's the reward of millionaires in our group.
You know something?
That's pretty good.
What
is the Crustable slogan?
No, you know what? I think of chock full of nuts every time we talk about that. Crustable, Crustable.
Oh, I always think of Nat King Cole.
Better snack a millionaire's money can buy. What are we going to do with you, Ted?
Uncrustables. It's such a treat.
I'll watch us see Ted on TV in the next Uncrustable commercial. Singing that song.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I did see a chocolate. They have grape, they have strawberry, which is what I got. They have chocolate. They have frozen peanut butter. They have peanut butter jelly.
Oh, have you heard of Uncrustables Bites?
I just seen that. I thought I seen it somewhere.
Okay, here's the
Uncrustable Bites.
Where did I see that at? Hazelnut. They got hazelnut. I'm not a big
hazelnut.
Yeah, I'm not a big hazelnut fan. My wife loves hazelnut stuff.
I like hazelnut coffee when I drink it.
I don't on the internet. Just Googled it.
Damn.
Can you imagine
Just
biting
Google.
into a Crustable and getting chocolate?
Chocolate pie.
Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. That's the slogan.
Is that the slogan?
Yeah. Sorry, crust. That's what it says.
Krusty. Should we call you Krusty?
Krusty the Clown.
That's it.
My wife would never let me watch that show.
The Simpsons?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty hardcore. Then I guess she would really not like Family Guy
No.
or South Park.
No, I've never seen those.
AB says they like the new bites at Cosmic Seas.
I know. I'm just looking at that. What's Cosmic MCs? KB, what's that?
Don't know.
Shout
What
out
in
to
the world is that?
Oh, that's me tearing through a ladder.
Oh.
Yeah. Getting violent over here.
That sounds like it.
I'm sorry.
Tomorrow's the
JJ.
12th, right?
Hey, honey.
What do we got tomorrow news?
All right, we got 54 likes. How many likes do we have?
We got
just looked a little bit ago. It was getting closer.
54 with 67 people. So we need 67 likes, gang. Everybody go throw a like up.
63 watching, 53 likes last time I looked.
Okay, so KB says it's a new McDonald's concept.
No.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't go there. Hey, tomorrow we got core inflation rates coming out. Looks like the magic number for tomorrow, they're looking at month over month at 0.3%, year over year rate 4%. Those are our two magic numbers for tomorrow at 8:30.
All right, sounds good.
So,
Well,
so we want to see inflation lower, right?
Yeah, hopefully we'll be out.
And they also have the CPI number, so those are all coming out tomorrow. So
what time is it? Before market? No.
8:30. Yeah, 8:30, an hour before the market opens.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well,
so whatever news we'll have, it'll be washed out.
You know that it's automatically going to be good news just because you've got an election year coming up.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't infer such a thing at all.
I love
can
the
always
sarcasm.
change their numbers later, right? But for now,
every quarter they always go back and revise the month.
Oh man, nobody ever checks on that. Their math is always off.
Oops. Sorry. We're off a couple percent, but it'll be all right.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So
Vegan Knowledge is doing a she's having me come on her show and talk about eating just fruits for a week. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to go on there. And dude, Ted, I dropped 20 pounds this week, man.
Nice.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Yep.
Just that US dollars.
That's like too much weight at one week. I know most of it's water when you first start.
That's all grapes?
That is grapes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a healthy way to do it. You don't just drop weight like that, like Mark said. That's unhealthy. But if you do it in a healthy way and drink a lot of water, stay hydrated.
You're shedding a lot of water. You always shed water first when you start a weight loss program.
Plus, I
if you drop 20
weight,
pounds, if you drop 20 pounds 4 weeks from now, 1 week, I would be concerned.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got vitamins, right? You're taking supplemented vitamins.
Yeah, I drink moringa powder. That has a ton of vitamins and minerals, antioxidants, the whole 9 yards. Plus, I take a B12 and a vitamin D. So, yeah, I'm good.
Right on. So the stock that I was saying was moving up was CRISPR, guys.
Oh, you're still in CRISPR?
I am.
Wow. You're playing that thing out.
Well, I'm playing that in the long game because here's the deal. It's gene editing.
Is that what it is?
Their secret sauce is that they're doing gene edits on sickle cell anemia, but the CEO says that the practice could be applied to other other organs as well. So we could see a future where gene edits could repair cirrhosis of the liver or other diseases. And to me, that just makes a lot of sense. And there's a guy from NVIDIA that was talking, the CEO of NVIDIA was talking to a Berkeley Q&A session. And what he's saying is that finally got to the point where, and it's a lot of data, right? But we've gotten to the point where you can create a mathematical model of biological material and have that be kind of like a digital twin of that. So think of your liver as represented by a whole bunch of different variables and a whole bunch of different numbers and stuff.
Wow.
That they can reduce that to a mathematical formula and they can do simulations. So when you talk about AI, artificial intelligence, it's all about the learning. So they'll be able to do these testing of treatments against the digital. You won't have rats anymore. You'll just have the digital twin of that organ where they run tests. And he's saying because everybody's sharing the data, the innovations are just going to explode in biotech. So keep an eye on biotech.
Biotech is just the sector. I mean, you can't make money in biotech. It's just crazy, you know.
I love biotech.
I love biotech. Yeah. I love a press release with biotech.
Yeah. We do a lot of that in the pre-market, by the way.
Don't you love biotech, Nate?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, really do. Yeah.
I really, really do.
Yeah.
So, really do. I don't know. I was playing around with CRISPR in the aftermarket. I bought some more shares when it was going up.
Well, Vertex is also with them. They're the main backer of that sickle cell one. VRTX. That's their partner in this. They're taking CRISPR's technology and applying it to creating the sickle cell thing. So it's not an easy thing. It ain't like you just take it. They shoot you with a drug and you're cured. There's nothing like that at all. It's a long, painful process of having bone marrow extracted and weeks at a time, and then they got to go separate it and then put it back in, and it's an ordeal. Very expensive one too. So,
but basically, getting at the gene level and swapping out, a piece of a strand that's related to the defect in the sickle cell, and replacing that with a healthy strand.
Yep.
That is amazing. Well,
and if you think about how small a strand of DNA is, I mean, that's just like that's microsurgery.
You know who was a big advocate? Christopher Reeve. Remember all the stem cell work he was trying to do?
Yep.
So the fact that this technology is coming now after his death, it's a little bittersweet. But I know he put in a lot of work to see that stuff like that would happen. He brought a lot of awareness to stem cell research. So
I mean, they struggle with the ethical implications of playing God, going and editing genes and things like that. So it took some years. Well, it took a couple decades actually to get to where they're at now. I mean, it's not a cure-all, but it has made definite headway. So
that's awesome.
Well, the great thing about this whole thing with big data is we were kind of hinting at it at the end of the regular session is those hidden correlations that a human brain may not be able to even understand can be picked up with high computing and great software to find the link, right? And it could be a weird link, a link between the common cold and cancer, or some weird thing that nobody's ever made the association before.
Right.
But now can be made because you've got the number crunching to back it up. So interesting stuff.
Very. Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
Let's see CRISPR go. I think they might have responded to the CEO. CEO was on CNBC, and so it looked like it popped favorably after that. We'll see what it does tomorrow. That might be a good one to watch tomorrow, Nate.
I got Nate muted because of some of the background noise. Wait a minute, hold on. Are you there, Nate?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just making all kind of darn noise.
Chomping on a Crustable.
Yeah, I had to mute you out because of the background noise, but it's all good. You know, hey, mute, unmute, mute.
Oh, you know what I really like? Does
What?
anybody go to Costco?
Yeah,
Not really.
half the world.
Don, plug your ears. Korean
Is it about
barbecue.
meat?
Yeah, Korean barbecue.
Ugh!
Pork jerky.
Oh yeah,
It is really good.
that sounds good.
Hey, you can unplug your ears now, Don.
Yeah. Barbecue
Right.
dead flesh. Gotta love it.
Thanks thanks for the savory description. No, thanks for the show. Talk to you guys
Thank
tomorrow.
you guys for coming. All right, baby. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you. Everybody down in the chat, thank you guys for always coming and hanging out with us and giving us your questions. Mark, thank you. Nate, thank you. I love you guys. Diesel Dan, thank you for the tip. Anyone else who tips this evening, it is much appreciated. Don't forget to go to the link of American Dream Trading to get your VIP membership. We've got one left at $4,000. Make sure you pick that up this evening. And I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow.
4
In the
a.m.
morning.
4 a.m. Have a good night.
Can't make money.